I'm discussing blockchain technology, should we invest into cryptocurrencies, why this is something we might not want to miss, and different things we need to keep in mind into the cryptocurrency world. You're watching the Should I Buy It Show, episode 4. Stay tuned.
3 separate devices. This is one device.
Associate with people who are better than yourself and act.
I'm going to make him an offer again.
Hey everybody, I'm Sam and this is Antiverso. You're watching the 4th episode of the Should I Buy It Show. In it we're talking about interesting technology innovations, stocks, and all kinds of exciting potential investments, trying to see if there is value in them and should we buy it. Today we're talking about cryptocurrencies and the crypto world as a whole. I'll share with you my point of view on should we invest into cryptocurrencies, am I invested in some cryptocurrencies, and the different things we need to keep in our minds if we want to get involved into this world. If you watched previous episodes of the Should I Buy It Show, you already probably know my standpoint on Bitcoin, and the video is linked in the card section, which is on the top right of your screen, so go ahead and watch it. In it, I say that I cannot value Bitcoin, and that is the reason I cannot invest into it, because all of its movements are fueled purely by speculation. It is based on sentiment. People think that it will go high, and that is why it goes high. But the moment that the sentiment is damaged, the moment that there is panic, the thing could crash so hard, so fast, that it will be very painful. As you already know my standpoint on the biggest cryptocurrency out there, let's get into the whole world of cryptocurrencies, because there are so many out there and they are quite different actually. So let me begin with the foundation. Most cryptocurrencies are based in some way or using the blockchain technology. And I'm very fascinated by it. I believe very much in it. I believe the blockchain technology has the potential to revolutionize not only our financial system, but the way we treat value and we exchange value. And let me elaborate on it. So first of all, the way blockchain technology works, it receives different transactions or information, and through algorithms it verifies them and stores that data into a chain of blocks, as the name suggests. That means that there is full visibility on all of the transactions and information, so frauds cannot be made, someone cannot steal your money, and that is why I believe it could really revolutionize the way we exchange value, because it basically makes contracts. It makes contracts on the fly, and we know what we are getting. And that's basically what money, physical money, is trying to achieve, right? The only way I can go and exchange some kind of goods with somebody I don't know is through money, because I sell them something and I receive money, and that could be paper, that could be some kind of numbers in my bank account. But I know that the money are guaranteed, are supported by the government or by the central bank or some kind of third entity that guarantees me that the money has value, and I know that I'm getting my value back and I can use it on something else. And that's the thing that money are trying to achieve, but that's their weakness too, because we always need some kind of third entity that has quite a lot of control over us and over value as a whole. While with blockchain, this third entity, the control is spread across all participants into the system. That's why we can all gather together, decide on the rules we want to follow, and then all of us, if we want to trade value, we need to obey them. There is no way we can go around those rules, because everything is visible and verifiable. And that's why I believe blockchain, it's not only about money, it's about contracts, it's about applications, it's about secure services. It could revolutionize a lot of very, very important sectors in our life. I'm very fascinated by it, and I believe very much in it, and a lot of big companies, governments are supporting it and trying to work on it exactly because of that. Of course, different cryptocurrencies use the blockchain technology in different ways, so it's not to say that all cryptocurrencies are useful or good. Quite on the contrary, there are a lot of coins out there and a lot of tokens that basically don't solve anything, or they want to solve something, but then there is nothing yet done, there is no innovation, there is no development, and so on. But I'll talk more about that in a second. So we looked at the blockchain technology, the foundation of most cryptocurrencies, and as I said, it is great technology. But now let's look at the money side, the financial side. And sadly, most of the spotlight is actually taken by the money and the incredible gains made, which I believe tricks a lot of people, because investing is not about gambling, it's not about thinking about the money, it's about thinking about the fundamentals and about the value. So as I said, blockchain technology and a lot of cryptocurrencies have the potential to absolutely shift the way we treat value. But the shift of cryptocurrencies becoming new investment sector is actually happening very fast. And I would definitely say that 2017 was the year of eruption of cryptocurrencies and the cryptocurrency world as of gains. And while, as I said, that could be bad because a lot of people might get cheated into that without realizing, because it's like euphoria, right? People don't think, and it's very, very easy to get into that. And that's what I really want to stress in that video. While, as you might have guessed, I am already invested into cryptocurrencies and I support some of them, I do not support most of them, and most of all, I do not support just throwing money in them. You should keep your mind off the gains and the money, but keep your eyes on the target and on the fundamentals and on the technology. But no one can deny that the shift of money pouring into cryptocurrency and the cryptocurrency world and the gains are unprecedented. I mean, in the matter of a year or two, people with $500 with £1,000 have or can have become millionaires. I mean, there is nothing even coming close to that into stock market or wherever else. You can't even compare it to the dot-com rise and then crash eventually, because it's much higher. And let's look at those gains. That's Ethereum, probably the second most famous cryptocurrency out there. So back on the 4th of January 2017, so that's exactly a year ago, Ethereum was $11. At the moment of speaking, is $959. That is crazy. You can see the chart. That is crazy. So obviously for a year you could have made gains that you could not have made into the stock market for decades. Okay, it's even more than decades probably. That is crazy. And let's look at Ripple. It's even more interesting. Look at that chart. Oh my god. It's just ridiculous to look at it. So exactly a year ago, Ripple was $0.0062. Okay, at the moment it is $3.60. A lot of those cryptocurrencies, and I think actually Ripple is the cryptocurrency with biggest gain, they've get thousands, tens of thousands, even in Ripple hundreds of thousands percentage gain in a year. Simple people with no much of a money could have become millionaires in a year. So no one can deny that shift and this opportunity, and that's why I believe, and that's why I actually started invested into it after I get to know the technology behind it, because such shifts, such opportunity, such volatility, I don't want to say it's once in a lifetime, but I surely haven't seen something like that. I think they are very rare opportunities to be in the very beginning of something big. And that's why looking back to it in 10-15 years when things have settled down, a lot of people that have not invested into it might regret it, because a lot of people might have made a lot of money and they might have, thinking about that should I buy it episode that they watched. and they never invested and they missed on such big opportunity, and regrets. That's very, very sad thing. And that's why I believe a smart investment into the cryptocurrency is essential, because it's just a thing that you don't want to miss on. So what do I mean by smart investment? So first of all, if you watch previous videos of mine, you know that my idea of how investments work is that if you want high returns, you need to put some kind of input, right? And this input is a lot of work and a lot of reading. And into the cryptocurrency, with the possible gains being at least 10 times than what's on the stock market, means that you need to put 10 times more time into reading. So if you want to invest in a cryptocurrency, you really want to have read everything about the technology it's using. That might be blockchain, that might be some kind of other type of ledger or any other software, but you need to read on the technology. You need to know the future of that coin, what it's trying to solve. Look at development. Is there some kind of company, some kind of development team, something behind it, to see if there is innovation into the technology and where it's going. Make sure that it's solving something now. It's not only promises, but it's solving something right now. So then the second question is how much you should invest. Well, I would say you should invest as much as you could afford to lose. And obviously that's very variable term, but I have made a little graph that I really love to use. So if you have a lot of money, then you probably should invest very small percentage of them into something very risky like cryptocurrencies, for example, like 5%. Then if you have a mid-range of money, you should invest some more, but again, as much as you can afford to lose, because don't mortgage your house and put it into, some kind of coin or something else stupid, Make sure that even if you lose the money, you will not have any problems and you can make them back quite fast. That could be 10%, that could be 15%, that could be 20% of your savings. And then the less money you have, I believe, the more money and the more aggressively you should invest. Or, for example, if you have very little amount of savings, that could be $500, that could be, £1,000, whatever. I would really like to think that you should invest most of them, if not all, for example, in some kind of cryptocurrency that you really like. Because the truth is, even if you lose $1,000, you can go in the summer or free time, work for a month and make them back very easily. In the same time though, if you put them into the stock market for some real gains, you need to wait a lot of time. So there is no much of a sense there. But then in cryptocurrency, you could potentially make 10 times your money in 2-3 months, 20 times your money into a year, or as we saw, even more. So that's when it really starts to make sense, because you can make amount of money that actually will matter for you. What I want to note is that there are a lot of immature people into the crypto world. It's very new, it's very hyped. There are a lot of people that have no idea about investment, how financial systems work, how governments work, how policies, regulation works. That is why I believe that while you should get into the crypto society, so as you see, go into some kind of forums, read about your cryptocurrency, read news, read what people are saying, but do that just to get the sentiment. Don't make your decisions based on what other people say or whatever you see out there. Make your own decisions based on technology and on facts and news, verified news. And the last thing in my point is, in the crypto world, you should have nerves of steel. So as I said, you shouldn't base your decisions on what you see out there and what other people say, but you shouldn't make decisions easily at all. You should be ready to leave your feelings out when cryptocurrencies are concerned, because into the crypto world, your coin might go up, 100% in a day, then go down 30% next day, or it could be going down 5 days in a row for like 10% in a day, which is painful, but then it could shoot up. So if you're trying to trade, if you're trying to be smart about it. If you just don't have the nerves and you'll be worried all the time, it will be very hard for you. Make sure that you're made of steel, and that's why I say invest amounts that you are okay to lose, because that's when you can leave it in there and just don't pay attention to it, and as people like to say, enjoy the ride. To summarize, my verdict is yes, there is value into the cryptocurrency world and I should buy it. But there needs to be a lot of understanding and a lot of reading to make sure that you're investing into cryptocurrencies that can be successful. And I'll be making another videos about particular cryptocurrencies, so keep an eye on the Should I Buy It playlist, on the financial education playlist for that, and invest amount of money that you can afford to lose. So that was the 4th episode of the Should I Buy It show. I hope you enjoyed it, hope you got valuable information out of it. As I said, I'll be making more videos about cryptocurrencies, how to invest in them, and a lot of valuation and technology videos about it. Stay anti-versal on the path to greatness.